In early 1928, a woman named Emma Schmidt was brought to a Franciscan convent in Earling, Iowa. She was in her mid-40s, physically weak, mentally shattered, and terrified of religious objects. For years, Emma had suffered from violent episodes, blasphemous speech, uncontrollable rage, and sexual hallucinations that left her screaming for hours. Doctors had failed. Mental institutions failed. By the time priests agreed to intervene, she was barely functional as a human being. The moment Emma entered the convent, the atmosphere changed. Nuns later testified that the air felt heavy, oppressive, as if something unseen had followed her inside. When she was shown a crucifix, her body reacted instantly. She screamed in rage, her face twisting into expressions that looked physically painful to hold. Her voice deepened into something guttural, mocking prayers before they were finished. She spat violently at priests, screaming obscenities in languages she had never studied. When the exorcism began, Emma's body turned into a battlefield. She thrashed so violently that multiple men were required to restrain her. Her strength was described as unnatural. She lifted herself off the bed repeatedly, arching backward in rigid convulsions. Her eyes rolled white, then locked into an unblinking stare that witnesses said felt inhuman. Her mouth twisted into a grin while she screamed that the ritual was useless. As the days went on, the possession escalated. Emma vomited foul-smelling substances, thick, dark, and oily that stained the floor and filled the room with a sickening stench. Her body swelled and twisted during prayer, veins bulging as if something inside her was pushing outward. She screamed until her throat bled, then continued screaming in a broken rasp, laughing through the pain. During one session, witnesses reported Emma levitating several inches above the bed. Her body rigid, her arms stretched outward as if pinned in place by something invisible. When she slammed back down, she howled in agony and rage, shouting that she would never be free. She identified herself as multiple entities, mocking God, mocking the priests, calling them weak and predictable. The violence became sexual and humiliating. Emma tore at her own body, clawing her skin raw. She screamed, graphic blasphemies meant to shock and degrade everyone present. At times, she begged the priests to kill her. At other times, she laughed, claiming she enjoyed the pain because it brought her closer to them. The exorcism continued for 23 straight days. By the final week, Emma looked less like a woman and more like something being consumed alive. Her face was sunken, her body covered in bruises from restraints and convulsions. Her voice came out in fragments, growls, whispers, screams layered on top of each other. Priests collapsed from exhaustion. Nuns fainted. One priest reportedly said he felt something watching him from the corners of the room. Then, on the final day, everything stopped. Emma went completely still. Her breathing slowed. Her body relaxed for the first time in weeks. When she opened her eyes, witnesses said they looked normal, scared, human, empty. She wept uncontrollably, saying she remembered being trapped inside herself, forced to watch while something else used her body like a tool. She begged forgiveness, repeating prayers softly, without resistance. After that moment, the symptoms vanished. No voices, no violence, no episodes. Emma lived quietly afterward, deeply traumatized, never fully recovering emotionally. The priests involved documented the case in detail, stating openly that they believed they had encountered something beyond mental illness. Even skeptics admitted that the physical phenomena, the strength, the levitation, the language shifts, defied simple explanation. What makes this case especially disturbing is not just the violence, it's the duration. Something stayed inside her for years. Something fought to remain. Something screamed when it was forced out. And everyone who witnessed it agreed on one thing. Whatever it was, it did not want to leave.